you, ladies and gentlemen, for inviting me to speak with you this evening as your money mistress. You see, high schools, primary schools and government departments invite me as Larissa Zimmerman from Financial Fitness to talk about healthy mind, body and wallet training. However, as your money mistress, I can play with a few more topics, as you've just heard, and perhaps I'll make a greater impact how we treat ourselves as an indication to others, how they can treat us. So, a little bit serious, honesty, respect and participation. If you ask questions, that means you're thinking about what we're talking about, and I won't go to sleep on you. So, honesty, respect, participation and fun. Because if you're laughing when you're learning, you'll take the information in deeper and it will last longer. So if you're having fun, it will last longer. You can take that into lots of areas of your life.
Taking notes, right?
Got me.
So on to a few experiences. The very first one, I was born dead. Umbilical cord around my throat, blue, no breath. They kick-started me. They jump-started the flat battery of the ambulance, took me away to the children's hospital and said to my mother, "You will have a very brain-damaged child." In the kitchen, my parents, who were normally very loving and affectionate, were fighting over this thing called sex. I didn't know what it was at the age of 6. And it was tearing them apart. Fast forward to age 10, I knew what sex was. I'd heard about it. So I asked my dad, I said, "Dad, what does sex feel like?" And he said, "Well, first up, let's call it making love." Okay? And he said, "Underneath your arm where it's really soft, just rub there like that. And you have to do it on bare skin." And he said, "Well, you know how good that feels?" He said, "Well, it's 100 times better than that." So I went, "Oh, that sounds all right then. This sex thing must be good." I was raised that it's meant to be a beautiful union between two. So in the army for 14 years, then I had the midlife crisis. Has anyone had one or two?
No, we're not at that stage.
No. Excellent.
His hearing's picked up considerably.
So what I did was I chopped the hair, bought the motorbike, got rid of the man, got out of the army, and I got 8 part-time jobs all at once. And I can tell you they were easier to handle than a man. 8 part-time jobs with 3 negatively geared investment properties. I thought, how do I manage my money? So I developed a really, really basic budgeting process. So simple, it's almost embarrassing. But it's like Velcro. It's simple and it's effective. Then I received the phone call that would change the way I view the world. My little brother had just committed suicide. He had gassed himself to the song "Cry Little Sister" off the Lost Boys soundtrack. And hindsight is an amazing thing. You can then look into mental health and all aspects. And I have a theory on mental health now, having been in a low spot in my life, as most people will at some stage in their lives. If you take your car to a mechanic, you take your teeth to a dentist, why not take your mind to someone who has studied the mind? The worst that can happen is you walk out of there and go, "Geez, I thought I had problems." As I said before, if you lose something, don't lose the lesson. Now, I've never ever bought a television, which freaks people out sometimes. I'll watch a television when I'm too old to move, I figured. And, you know, sometimes a man comes along and he's got the TV, I've got the real assets and he's got the big place. So, I do watch TV occasionally.
Yes, you do.
But one of those lessons that I like to live my life by is that the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. People ask, "Why does this always happen to me?" And your brain is the most amazing piece of equipment on this planet. Why does this always happen to me? Oh, because I'm fat, because I'm ugly, because I don't have money, because I'm not educated, because of this, because of that. The reason a situation continues to happen is because you haven't learned the lesson yet. And then you can move on. So that's the real answer. Why does this always happen? I was examining what's the purpose of being on this planet. I've had a few near-death experiences in my life, apart from the birth, a few other experiences, and I came to realise that I'm meant to be your money mistress. I'll be honest, I'm not fully out of the cocoon yet. I'd be coming in here and I'd be wielding my whip a little bit more firm, and there is actually, I think Tony saw online. Did you watch the video? Did you see Tony?
You watched the video?
I came to the realisation that that's what I'm here on this planet for, is to be your money mistress, talking S&M, sex and money. Dominatrix with a difference. So I've worked out what my passion, my purpose is, and I think once people find that, once they work out what they're here for, that then everything falls into place and you flow down the river without any stress. People ask me when I'm out on the town, what do you want? LSD, Eckie, you know, what can I buy? Man, I'm just high on life. I don't douse my body with artificial chemicals, but I'll get onto that. So, your money mistress. Are there any questions so far?
None that we can mention in mixed company.